Yes, Tuesday night, another night of a testimony from a very special person that I've known for a long time. He's worked with Mary, he's helped a lot of people out. His other place that he works at, Big Two Box, he helps a lot of people out and gives out donations and stuff. He loves giving back. That's what we're here to do. Also, he has been through a lot. Okay, I've known this man for several years, and go to where he works at and just see how successful he has been and what he is doing with himself and the community and his family. We could do it too. We could be there too as well. You know, there is a change in our lives, and we can change, and it's possible. Every time I go to his place or go to some other place and see a person that went through Mary's Hope and say the statistics, it's 100%. Every time we go out there, we run into somebody that is doing very well. And this guy right here, Travis Morse, is doing a remarkable job in his recovery. He has a book out. He's so glad to come and enjoy this time with us and give us his strengths and hope, and hopefully it helps us out, right? Amen. So I'm going to pray real quick, and then we'll let him get started. He has a lot of stuff to, you know. Okay, dear Heavenly Father, we come to you today, Lord, to give you thanks, Lord. Just thank you for this wonderful evening, Lord. Just thank you for letting us be here today just to unite with each other and get to know what other people have and what they went through in life, and that it touches our hearts, and Lord. Just open somebody's heart tonight and just let them feel the pain and the struggles that they go through and the growth that can happen in their lives, and that we walk out of here just knowing that I want to change, and I don't want to live that way anymore. Amen.
Amen. All right. I think this thing's on. I'm going to go this way. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, friend. All right. Hey, guys. What's happening? How are you guys? Nice. Well, first of all, it's an honor for me to be here. It's been too long since I've been back to New Beginnings, but way too long. So I'm back. I'm going to be around. So I do have a lot to talk about, and I'd like to talk to any of you guys afterwards if you would like to speak to me, or if you have any questions for me. That's great. Leo already did the first part. I'm Travis Morse. We'll explain this next part a little bit more here in a bit, but I had almost 6 years sober, so I'm very proud of that, and sober now, but we'll get into a little bit more details of a not bright choice, so we'll get back to that. So there's the introduction. So all right. Oh, clicker. I'm new at this whole new PowerPoint thing, so bear with me on this. So this was the night that my recovery ended up beginning. So on the TVs that you see there is a camper in flames. Whew. I was in that. That's obviously not the camper, but I was in a camper just like that caught on fire. I was tired of my life at the time. I was smoking meth. I was doing everything under the sun in that camper, even with my son, you know. So that moment, before that moment, hours before the fire, is where my mind goes back to. You know, I was on the phone with my mom, and I was giving up. I was done. I was probably up for many, many, many days high on meth, and finally fell out in the middle of winter in my camper, and my space heater was drawing a lot of electricity from my buddy's garage. And next thing I know, I woke up smelling smoke and seeing flames. My legs were on fire, and I didn't see any way out of that. So I prayed, and then I was able to kick the corner of the camper open about 45 seconds to a minute before the thing exploded. So, you know, that's that's how I want to start this. That's a miracle for me to even be here today. And there's obviously several other ones, but that's when I ended up seeing a different side of things. You know, my faith got stronger. I always had faith, but I didn't walk in it. I didn't use it. It was there, you know. God doesn't give up on us. You know, you've got to listen. He's out there. So that's what this is right here. I got a few of these to give out today. This is God Speaks to Us. This was written by a very close friend of mine, Mike Lickvin. His daughter is actually my editor for my book. And some good stuff in there about God does talk to us, you know, and he does guide us and he does lead us. But we've got to allow it to happen in order for us to see it and hear it. You know, we got to open up our minds and our hearts, you know, so that's that there. So I know a lot of you guys are here for a million different reasons, you know. Some of you want to be here. Some of you guys are court-ordered to be here. Some of you guys are sick of hearing your family and your friends, like, be upset with you or whatever and have you here. The main reason why I bring that up is because that is all true and fine, but there's only one common thing to the game of sobriety that we play. It's us. It's you. You know, it's your mind, it's your heart, it's your strength, it's your choices that are going to keep you sober and have the amazing life blessings that come with it. So I'm going to get into more of those things here. So, I guess I got to click. Okay, there we go. So some of the pros and some of the cons of sobriety is our old life, you know, hangovers, car accidents, the list goes on, lost employment, incarceration, failed relationships, numbness, neglect, family, illness, death. That's all stuff that sounds horrible, and we've all lived it, and we know it is. So during my 6 years that I had, the other side of it is the life that I'm living currently. You know, feeling healthy, safe behaviors, steady income. I've had a job now for 5 or 6 years at the same place ever since I moved on from New Beginnings. That job's going good. I'm in a management role there, so I do enjoy that a lot. So a lot of you guys might be scared of sobriety, or some other people might think it's easy. That's not easy. You know, I wrote a book. I have a phenomenal girlfriend who I just don't always get along with, and it's mostly my fault. So, you know, I was in an argument with her, and it didn't end well, and I ended up going to a bar and had chicken wings and beer. And, you know, it could have got ugly. But again, I was equipped and I was prepared to stop the mistake that I made. So, and God was talking to me. God was feeding my heart, guiding me, showing me the way through it. And, don't go against whatever mindset you have when you go to the next step or tomorrow or whatever. You know, trust in your guys' heart. There's good in every single one of us. Every single one of you guys have so much good to offer. I know a few of you in the crowd. I know less of you. But I know you all have good. I promise you that. All right. Here's big part of my testimony. So on the screens there's a dumpster. It's actually facing backwards. On the other side of that dumpster, there's the doors to get in the dumpster. My first year in sobriety, actually, let me back up a little bit. I was in jail. I was court ordered. I had to figure out something. I had a plan. I got let out of Jefferson County, and I was supposed to go to another rehab. I went to that rehab, saved the story for another day, but it didn't work out. So I was on my bike with a court-ordered summons, have no idea what to do. Pulled up my phone, New Beginnings popped up. Looked at a couple reviews, made the call. I was put on the phone with Mary Brewer right away. And life-changing phone call in 30 seconds. I told her what was going on, told her where I was, and she said, "How fast can you get here?" I don't know her. I'm desperate. I'm down on my luck. And she says, "How fast can you get here?" I said, "I'm on my bike. I'm on a bus as fast as it'll get me there." She didn't have any room. Everybody was there, but she had a plan. God was talking to her, and I had no clue at the time that my life would change forever. So Mary put me in the Broadway house. I ended up graduating the program. Blessings kept coming. She let me work there, and I do have to say this, I had a blessing to work there. I did make a mistake while I worked there. I got into a fight. I got let go from New Beginnings. Another reminder of so many things that we have to fix. Anger, bad choices. They're going to end up unemployed, back in jail, things like that. So that day, I was sitting outside, not knowing what to do, crying. Yeah, I'm big. I was crying in Chris Brewer's arms. So, got back up on my horse, didn't let it derail me, and continued going on, and still have my blessings and still have New Beginnings because it's always here. So, the dumpster, my first year in sobriety, all of a sudden I got hit with a roadblock that changed my life. And if you don't believe in miracles or higher powers, I really hope you do after I tell this story. I truly do. I was working the desk downstairs, and I got a phone call that at the time, my 6-year-old son got crushed by a roll-off dumpster door. So the front of that door weighs over 700 pounds. And it severed his portal vein, which is the best way to explain it. I'm not a doctor. I haven't got to that level. But it's like your main blood flow vein to your human body. It connects to everything. So he was airlifted from Lutheran to Children's. So then when I got to Children's, I was freaking out. I was just a mess. I don't really remember ever thinking about using drugs during this, but I was thinking about taking my own life at times. Wasn't going to happen because God prepared me for it. I had the best supporting cast. It wasn't until I got to Children's, it was probably like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure Chris knows the exact time. He got a phone call from me. Chris Brewer, you all know him. He got a phone call from me telling him what was going on. And he heard it in my voice, and he didn't hesitate. He flew up to Children's Hospital. When I say flew, he parked his truck wherever he damn well pleased. So he was there, talked me off the ledge. New Beginnings had prayers going 90 miles an hour. The nurse walks out and says that it's not looking good. They even said 10% chance of living. Man, I just wanted to jump off the ledge. But I wasn't allowed to. I had to believe that things were going to be okay. I was going to be able to pull through this somehow, some way. Power of prayer, listen to music, whole 9 yards. New Beginnings supporting me. First time I got to go in and see my son in ICU, this is about as graphic as I'll get. His organs were in a bag tied to the side of the bed. So, scar, nothing but. If I wasn't sober, I wouldn't have been there. I couldn't have been given the praises. New Beginnings wouldn't have been there. God's love wouldn't have been. I don't know. All I know is if I didn't make the choice that I made to be level-headed with mind, body, and spirit, yes, I was forced, but I still made the choice. I lived a life of sin, a life of evil, a life of wrongdoing. My choices. But we're all forgiven. We're all forgiven by one thing, Jesus, and what he did. What he did for us, I finally accepted it. I'm one of those guys that there's a stereotype that everybody finds the Bible in jail. You got a lot of reading time here, there, wherever you find it, as long as you find it's the point. I am so blessed and so honored to tell you that my son will be 13 years old on Friday. And he's a first-degree black belt. So, just throw that out there. Yeah, thank you. Amen. There's been so many trials and tribulations in my life, walking around making bad choices, stealing, swearing at the wrong people, the ones that love you. There's just been so many bad choices. The one thing that I got to say is all you guys here, somebody's glad you're here. Somebody has been up all night losing sleep over your bad choices, over our bad choices. They're standing back. They're rooting for you. Everybody has somebody. Maybe you don't know it yet. Maybe it's someone you don't know. Maybe it's someone sitting next to you. But God will provide a way of life for you not to walk alone. I was so blessed. I can't even spell author, guys. I can't. I keep putting O's and U's in different spots. But I was blessed with the right supporting cast and the right people in my life to inspire me, to joke about it with me. I got a really good friend right here, Todd Richardson. I work with him. He's got 20 years of sobriety, guys. He's a rock star. He's good people, and he's a blessing, He was a part of this, and another one of my friends that couldn't be here, the author of that book. Writing this book and putting down the timeline of everything that I did, and was so hard, but I was just speaking through a power greater than me, to get this out there for you guys. I'm looking at this crowd right now, and I'm going completely off my PowerPoint, which I had a feeling I might. But there's some old faces out here that I haven't seen in a minute that I love. And it's so great to be back and see you guys doing everything that you're doing. So, go back up here. So I kind of narrowed this down. The advice I want to give you guys is right here. So, all right, anyway, three things for me that keep me going, keep me rebounding from a relapse, and keep me wanting to be sober. These are 3 things that I deal with: mind, body, and spirit. I try to be healthy, you know. That's one of the things that I didn't do when I was in active drug use. You know, we eat anything we want, whatever we could afford, or times whatever somebody gave us. We don't even know what it is. I can't even tell you some of the things I ate. But we have to take care of our body. We have to take care of our mind. And the way we do that is with the Spirit. The Holy Spirit helps us, lead us, guides us, and protects us. That's what I do every day. You know, one of the things for me was trying to associate the Bible with my everyday life. You know, that was a big change for me. And I did it through Proverbs. You know, there's the number of Proverbs that there are in the month for the most part. So whatever day of the week it is, you open up the Bible and read that day. It'll shock you guys at how much easier it is to walk if we're not doing it with our own mind. You know, there has to be something to alter our mind. It was drugs, right? Our thoughts are our own worst enemy. Am I wrong? You know, our thoughts and our choices are sinful, you know, wrong. So one of my biggest advice pieces that I want you guys to take from this is you have to do this for you, but you're not alone. You know, there's a power out there that really speaks to us and really talks to us. And I encourage you guys to really take the teachings of Mary and New Beginnings, because they work. They really, truly work if we let them work. These teachings get you up here. Everybody out there has a testimony like mine. It is so rewarding and so fulfilling to be able to stand up here and give you guys strength and hope. Let you guys know that you can do it. You know, I'm proud of all you guys for being here. I mean, it's an honor for me to be here. And I'm super thankful to be here. So when I'm going to backtrack here a little bit. I'm from Vermont. I moved out here in 2003. And when I was in Vermont, I had some legal trouble going on, and I had some problems going on back there. Small town, you know, things just were not going well for me there. I ended up making a plea bargain with the courts to drop some of my charges if I jump ship. My brother was out here, you know, worked at Rent-A-Center, was able to transfer a job out here. I had to change. I had another state. You know, I was ready. I was like, this is gonna be what does it for me. So I got here, and the second I took a bus, and the second I got here, I ended up downtown Denver at a bachelorette party, doing drugs and God knows what else, and waking up underneath a sign that said, "Welcome to Pueblo, Colorado." I don't know what a Pueblo, Colorado is. I'm looking at the sign like, what do you do now? People are waiting for me, and I'm just out. Who knows? It's going to follow us everywhere we go if that's how we choose to keep living. Vermont to Colorado, not even here a day. My drug addiction and my demons were on the bus. Waiting, watching. More of that is in the book, but, getting out here, I've had so many opportunities to be successful, to be good. I still got so much work to do. I got my brother's support back. He's helping me out. I have the support of my girlfriend and her family. Even though I'm still making mistakes. My son's about to start high school. So it pains me in so many ways that sobriety's not easy, guys. I think about relapse. I think about opportunity. And I think about how hard it is to get to the next step. This is not going to be easy, guys. But there's so many resources in sober living. If you choose sobriety, use your resources. Use the people that are walking it with 20 years. Use the 12-step programs. Use the meetings that are provided to us. Use the fellowship that Mary does such an amazing job to provide you guys each week. Listen, open up your minds. I have a hard time looking over there at Mary right now because I haven't been coming enough. I haven't been using the things. And that's my number one problem. You guys know what word that is? Complacency. My biggest problem in my whole life is me. I get doing good. I don't ever climb the next spot because I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm doing great. I'm walking around. I'm good. I'm breathing. No, because it's just one turn. It's just one thought. It's just one situation. It's just one phone call that will get you right back where you started. It pains me to tell you guys that I only have a short time on sobriety. But I'm back on it. But I chose to give up that, which is just painful. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to spend all their time and energy changing their life and then make mistakes. So please listen to me when I tell you to utilize all of the support that you have provided to you through New Beginnings. It's all right here. Leo introduced me. Married, beautiful wife, worked with me, awesome people. They just keep doing it. And you know why? They don't leave New Beginnings. They keep the support that they have. They know what works for them. So you guys got to find out what works for you, stick to the program, and you'll be fine. All right. Well, I've steered away from this quite a bit. Basically this is some of the stuff that I was really talking about just now. Number 2, sleepwalking. Guys, I'm going to be 43 years old this year. I did meth for like 8 years of my life. Sober for the majority of the last 6. I don't sleep well. I end up still having bad dreams. I end up still going back to when I was on fire. Mine keeps going even when we're sleeping. So, Bible, I try to read myself to sleep sometimes. I try to just do positive motivational things, positive thoughts, and that helps a lot. But the sleepwalking thing that I'm doing right now is going through the motions here, going through the motions of sobriety. No, we do not want to do that. Sobriety is a fellowship. There's so many people that this has changed their life. This has made them the men and the women that we are today. There's so many people like Todd that are just inspirational people walking through life seriously. He's been a member of CA for 20 years, and he's got 20 years of sobriety. He goes to meetings, he leads them, he walks them, he's chaired them, he does whatever he needs to do. And he won't steer away from it. So, to have someone like that by your side is huge. Because he's not going to give up yet. He didn't give up, but he wasn't very happy when he heard that I drank. But he was right there, side by side, helping me through everything. My support group is beyond mentionable. Paige, Kathy, Joe, the Lopezes, everybody that trusts me and believes in me, wants me to succeed. I have so many people, but at the end of the day, again, it's me. It comes down to me and the choices that I make. If I don't make the right choice, that affects those people as well. So, we got a lot of work to do, guys. I don't know all your guys' stories, but from the bottom of my heart, I can look every single one of you in the eyes right now and tell you you're in the right place. You guys have an opportunity here to stand up here, do this, be with your kids, be back to work, have your mom proud, have your brother proud, have your sister proud. That's what we're trying to do in sobriety, is be sober and make right choices. Your family and your friends will come back. My brother, he's a little bit older than me. He's a huge fan. He was at my commencement at Mary's, and he wasn't talking to me for while I was in jail and all this stuff. He was sick of it. He was sick of the choices. I got 2 beautiful nephews. I got a son. I was still so selfish in the choices I make. I still am today. Like, my goal for you guys is to see a real person up here. Like, I am not perfect. I do not have this mastered. But I like this. I like sobriety. I like being sober. I like this life. I do. I enjoy it. And I enjoy having my faith back. And a lot of the things that we have to do are so hard to change in this situation you guys are in. Your social media, your music, your old places. When you guys aren't at the center or whatnot, you guys have got to remember to go home and try to make a change. Whether it's the song you listen to. I found myself the other day, when I was a kid, probably about 7 or 8 years old. I grew up in a trailer park in Vermont, and I'm outside playing basketball. And every time I'd go out and play basketball, I'd have a boombox playing, driving the neighbors crazy, and it was playing a song by Def Leppard called Let's Get Rock. Exactly. I had no idea the words of that song when I was that age. I had no clue. I listen to it now, and it makes perfect sense, like the path I went down. I went down that path. That's just the small thing that we try to figure out, like what causes all of it. My point is it's me. It's my choices. I was listening to that song not knowing the meaning of it, but it was planting a stamp on my head of a road I was about to go down 10 years later. So now, I don't listen to that stuff. I mean, it's on. I appreciate it. It's where I come from. Somebody said, good song. It was a great song back then. Substitute it now with good music, good thoughts, good things that go through my head. Toby Mac. I didn't just establish faith through sobriety. I accepted it. Because when I was 15, I was saved at a DC Talk concert. And in New York, Crossroads in New York State, I actually got to go up on stage and Toby Mac put his hands on me. That was an eye-opening experience. I just shoved that whole idea in the closet at the time. You know, I was already saved, already ready. And, you know, a couple years ago, I got to take my son to his first concert, and it was Toby Mac at Ball Arena. That's what the jersey is. So, God's not giving up. He's going to wait for you. When you accept him, he'll be there and walk with you. He's not mad. You know, he's disappointed, and he wants us to do the next right thing. We've got to change our way of thinking. And I need your guys' help to do it, you know, because I still think wrong. There's so many people in this room right now that I want to talk to. I want to hear your guys' stories. Because the strength, the hope, the inspiration from others is huge. And I just broke it. So one of the things that really cracks me up is when I talk to my mom still to this day and stuff like that, is, I don't know where I'm at there. She tells me this all the time, like nobody would answer the phones and stuff. I did so much minor time and long times and everything in jail. She loved it when I was in jail. She knew I was safe. I mean, I was a model inmate. I won pod challenges for cleanest pod. You know, I didn't act a fool in there. You know, I wasn't allowed to, because you get more charges. But my point is we all know how to do good. We all know how to do the right thing. Whether or not we choose to is, again, completely 100% up to us. All right. Well, so I would just have, I'm going to go to this one right here on my PowerPoint because I'm all over the place. I know a lot of you guys might not have the higher power, the faith, the same view as me, or the same view as somebody else preaching to you. But you got to rely on a higher power. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to call it a tree. It's Jesus. That's the one that did it for me. That's my higher power. But everybody has to do it their own way. Prayer works for me. Fill your head with inspiring things, inspiring message, inspiring verses, inspiring thoughts. Good song, good music. Don't go on social media. Delete your Facebook. You know, I'm back on Facebook. I think I should delete it again. But, you know, those things are all temptations. We have to change our ways. We can't graduate, new beginnings, and go call our old dealer, Jose, and tell him that we just completed it. I just completed rehab, Jose. All right. Well, Jose's knocking at your door a while before you can even hang up. So there's just so many temptations in the world that will get us, you know. 6 years of sobriety was huge. I want 7. I got to start over. But, you know, it's, K, as long as I know who's at fault for this. It's me. I'm at fault for my decisions. I'm at fault for my choices. Selfish, not cool. A lot of people that are upset with me, even right now, in this present moment, with taking this opportunity and, confessing to me. But one of the things that I saw through New Beginnings was people going out doing good, people going out doing bad, coming back, sticking with it one way or another. Death, we watch people in here die. I mean, just thinking about that, I'm still sad about some of the ones that lost when I was in here. There's a whole reason why this program is here. And I apologize, Mary, I will be back more. But not being here was another bad choice. So there's a reason why I tried to come super prepared, because Mary gave me this blessing and this opportunity. But looking at your guys' faces and seeing you and being reminded of how hard it is and how awesome you all are, and you guys are all staring at me, and I just want you to believe me that we got to do this. We all got to do this together. And I can't even operate this clicker. I'll maybe figure this out sometime. My book, I was going to give away some books, so I will come back to Sober Underground. But if anybody wants my book, it's my name, Amazon.com. So you guys can just type in Travis Morse, find it there. Mary has given me the opportunity to come back and be here, which I'm blessed for, so I will sign them. I will do everything. If you go to Amazon and you do buy a book and read it, write a review and let me know how you feel. It means a lot to me. So I do have that. And then this book right here, I kind of wanted to focus on more than mine, because I could not have done sobriety without faith. There's some out there, there's some other programs that work for people, but there's no way, when I have a thought in my head and I look up and I ask, I get multiple answers. So now I have a choice. Because my brain would just resort right to the bad, the easy one, the easy choice, the one that was provided. This book really breaks it down. The vision in here is how does God talk to us? How? He's not even there. Spirit. Good positive spirit, good influence will go a long way in developing your mind and your souls and everything like that. I'm back. I'm happy to be back at New Beginnings. I'm happy to be here with Shay, Chris, Leo, Dick, Mary. I'm so thankful for you guys. I am so blessed. And the new Travis is just enjoyed and embracing all the blessings that I have and that life has given me. And I'm close to the time. Let me make sure I didn't leave anything out here. All right. Well, that's pretty much what I got right now. I kind of went off sideways. That's what I got for you guys. If you guys have any...
You guys have any questions?
So, thank you. I've got a couple of these God Speaks to Us books. I'm going to give these away, and I'm going to give one of my book out at the end. All you got to do is ask me a question. Go ahead, bud.
First off, I want to thank you for sharing your story and everything.
Thanks, buddy. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris. Awesome.
Yeah, I can relate to a lot of things you said. I too myself am in here for a second time.
Yeah, absolutely.
not to go do what I went and did anyway. And
You'll be up here in no time.
well, I did my testimony about a year ago.
Oh, I gotta find it. I wanna look at it. I wanna check it out.
She warned me.
Uh-huh.
Being stubborn. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna prove her wrong, and then I can do this.
Yeah.
Months, I'm back in the center.
Ah.
Whatever. And like you said, it was hard, pill to swallow, painful for the first couple days. Once it came, once my head got cleared and I was not shaking and sick and being all nasty from alcohol withdrawal, I realized how much the program had actually changed because I was going, well, crap, Mom wants me to come back. I need to come back. It's going to be the same thing that I went through.
Mhm.
She has built this program so much to higher levels. It was amazing when I went through 4 years ago. It is freaking top notch.
40-something beds now, right, Mary?
It's only going to continue to keep getting better, but
They're there for a reason, guys.
I really appreciate your faith in God and how that strengthened you, and I would pay for that, whatever, but I want that book.
There's that book.
Thank you.
That's yours. It's signed by the author as well. Thanks, buddy. All right, who's next?
Oh, I can yell.
Oh.
I'm really loud. I just wanted to say that I relate to you in a lot of ways, and
What's your name?
I'm Aspen.
What's that? Aspen. Awesome.
But it was cool to hear that you did get your 6 years and you fell off because I'm going through that struggle right now where I do get.
Sucks.
Yeah, the worst feeling in the world. It was the worst feeling to call Mary and say, hey, can I come back? Because
I didn't tell her until just now.
yeah, So, but
So there's that too.
I